prism of small angle for violet color is alpha approximately. Alpha into mu of violet, refractive index for violet rays minus 1 we can write. For delta R is approximately alpha into mu R minus 1. Now, we are surprised to see that we are using such a prism and we are assuming deriving only for small angle prism. It is found that dispersive power which is calculated for various prisms, the material dispersive power is coming out to be third decimal place, some 0.02 or 0.4 or something. Even if we use accurate value of prism alpha angle without making such approximation, the answer may change or may be different in third or fourth decimal place. Therefore, by making approximation, we are able to calculate very easily the values. Therefore, with less error, because error may be in the fourth or fifth decimal place. That's why, though we use a practical prism having 60° or 50° angles, but still we use the formula small angle prism case because error involved is very less. That's why we are going to use this formula. So delta V is delta R is this. Substituting in the formula, delta V minus delta R comes out to be, angular width of the spectrum comes out to be alpha into mu V minus mu R. This is delta V minus delta R, and delta V plus delta R by 2 is equal to alpha into mu V plus mu R by 2 minus 1. So this is going to be average deviation and this is angular width of the spectrum in terms of refractive indices of violet and red ray for the given prism material. So therefore, dispersive power now becomes approximately, these are all approximation values. So therefore, dispersive power approximately mu V minus mu R divided by mu V plus mu R by 2 minus 1. Since average refractive index, this is extreme violet and extreme colors violet and red, mu V plus mu R by 2 average value, which is same as refractive index for yellow light. Therefore, we can write it equivalent to mu V minus mu R by mu yellow minus 1 also we can write. Since it is the difference of refractive indices, we can also write it as delta mu by mu average minus 1. For infinitesimally thin prisms, we can also write it as d mu by mu minus 1. When infinitesimally small prisms, we can use d mu by mu minus 1 formula. This is how we calculate the dispersive power of a prism material. Now so far we have considered the prism, observed the prism. There are two effects of the prism produced. Prism is deviating as well as dispersing. Dispersion and deviation produced by a prism are called prismatic effects. These two are effects produced by a prism. Prism produces deviation for the ray incident on it and also disperses it. But in some applications, we need only deviation produced by a prism without dispersion, or some applications we need only dispersion without deviation. So in such cases, we use combination of prisms. Therefore, we go for that combination of prisms for dispersion without deviation, deviation without dispersion. So we use combination of prisms. Combination of prisms. What for we use combination of prisms? 1. For dispersion, deviation without dispersion. Deviation without dispersion. Second one, dispersion without deviation. So first one is called achromatic combination of prism, achromatism, prism combination achromatic. Second one is direct vision combination for prisms, where we will get dispersion without deviation. In the first case, achromatism case, deviation without dispersion. Now we will take up one by one. How many prisms can be combined? Any number of prisms can be combined. More the number of prisms we use, more light ray has to travel through more the prisms. Therefore, in passage through each prism, though they are transparent materials, light ray intensity goes on decreasing. That's why if you use more number of prisms, final ray which is coming out, emerging out of the last prism may be very less intensity. Therefore, calculation or measurements may become difficulty. That's why we prefer to use few number of prisms, maybe 2 or 3. Now we are now going to consider 2 prisms combination for this purpose. How to get deviation without dispersion, how to get dispersion without deviation. First case we are considering now. Combination of prisms to produce deviation without dispersion. So for that purpose we are using 2 prisms. 2 prisms we use, prism 1 and prism 2. We are going to use 2 prisms made of refracting angles, different refracting angles. Prism 1 may be of refracting angle alpha 1. We choose prism 2 having different refracting angle alpha 2. And also they are made of different materials. Refractive index of the material refractive index for violet and red rays for the prism 1 are mu v1, mu r1. For prism 2, they are mu v2, mu r2. These are the refractive indices for those 2 prisms. Now, such 2 prism combination we are using. Now, individually each prism produces dispersion or angular dispersion, but 2 prisms we combine in such a way that for no dispersion, total angular dispersion produced by 2 prisms should be 0. So therefore, for no dispersion, first case, for no dispersion but deviation, without dispersion, deviation without dispersion. For no dispersion, dispersion angle produced by the first prism plus dispersion angle produced by the second prism. There are 2 prisms we are using as a combination. Angular dispersion produced by the first prism, angular dispersion produced by the second prism should be 0. What for? We want the prisms such that combination should not have resulting dispersion. So therefore, deviation angle produced, dispersion angle produced by the first prism, dispersion angle produced by the second prism must be 0. Substituting the values here, alpha 1 into mu v1 minus mu r1 is equal plus alpha 2 into mu v2 minus mu r2 is equal to 0, implying alpha 2 is equal to minus alpha 1 mu v1 minus mu r1 divided by mu v2 minus mu r2.